Hi, and hello again, you beautiful weirdos. Remember me? I'm the girl who signed away all of her free time to remodel her home during a global pandemic.
Time to go on our stupid fucking stroll. Because that's all you can do.
That is a good activity.
No, don't worry about me. It's fine. I like the pain. This is part 3 of a 3-part series where I try to instill more sustainable habits by following the advice of 17-year-old activist Greta Thunberg. Which, by the way, a beautiful commenter pointed out the fact that I was pronouncing her last name wrong. As someone who is often called Devin Little and not Devin Lytle, I deeply and sincerely apologize for my garbage ways. I promise I will not let you down with the pronouncing bit or the upcycling bit for that matter. Speaking of which, back to upcycling. I was shocked. I'm shocked that this table works so well here.
Yeah.
I did not think that that was going to work well, but
I had confidence.
So, after living with our new kitchen for about a week, we've come to realize that simply relocating objects from one room to another can actually make the space feel way more functional. Now, I don't want to project my crazy onto anything, but I'm going to for a second. I sincerely think that my company table is way more happy in the living room, and my living room table is way happier in the kitchen. Now, if this were the 90s classic Brave Little Toaster where objects could talk, I think my shit would say something like this. Yeah, I totally think that's what they would say. But honestly, in this whole process of making our space better, I really feel like we've maybe stumbled onto a new way of upcycling. Now, I'm not trying to say that this is a novel or new idea at all. I think that what I'm talking about is probably a facet of feng shui or something akin to it. What we've done is upgraded our shit so it's more effectively used. In this video, we're actually gonna get to the crafting part of upcycling, which we weren't able to get to in the last video. Now, much to my chagrin, I am actually really bad at things like art and measuring stuff and following directions, but thankfully I have Patrick. Now, if y'all remember from the last video, this cutie over there wanted to transform our company table into a gaming table. His plan was to replace the middle leaves of the table and build out new leaves that were covered in like felt or velvet or another fabric for like throwing dice and gameplay. That was the plan. There was a hiccup. So last Saturday we had our big kitchen overhaul, and that took like literally a lot of energy out of us to the point where I'm like, do I really want to be someone who upcycles? It's a lot of work, but it's worth it. Because of the sense of fulfillment you have afterwards. That's what I keep telling myself, at least. But today, what we're doing is we're assessing all of the materials that we do have, everything that we had from our kitchen overhaul that we think that we can use, and breaking into different parts and pieces to make like shelving units. Pat's looking at his table, the situation.
Oh.
What are you doing? What are you up to?
Well, right now I'm trying to figure out why this thing won't open up as far as it's supposed to be able to open up. What is it catching on?
And assessing that. And I am trying to figure out, because I have a lot of these, well, this is a pretty bad example because we just finished this off yesterday, but we have a lot of Talenti jars. I'm thinking I can make like hanging planters. I got this hanging planter as like a sanity gift to myself from the grocery store, and it reminded me how much I love seeing hanging plants, especially now when we can't really go outside all that often. We might as well make something that brings outside inside. These Talenti jars are about to be becoming like hanging planters. We have this cutting board, which I think would make a dope shelf. Oh, he's gotten it. Now it's a skinty table. She's skinty.
I made a mistake. I always assumed this table opened up to be able to fit more than one leaf. And my brother just said he didn't have the other leaf when he gave it to me. This may be as big as this table gets.
So in the first video, when we switched these tables out, it took us 45 minutes to reassemble this table. This is the most confounding table ever. If I weren't shooting an upcycling video right now, I'd be like, let's chuck it. It's just kind of a pain in the ass.
So here's my theory. If we built essentially just a tray that fits in here, plus potentially 2 inserts that go here, or there's enough room in here for a sizable tray to go under here, where you could put like on the gaming surface down there, felt or micro suede surface to like roll dice and play stuff on. The other option would be to try to stick a monitor in it and make it like a TV table. You just gotta make a choice.
Gotta make, okay. All right, fine. Oh God. What have I gotten myself into? Wow. A fuck up. Who could have predicted this? That's right, moi. I know myself and I love myself, and there were bound to be issues. Our company table transformation was supposed to be it. It was supposed to be the crown jewel of this whole upcycle remodel. What the hell are we gonna upcycle if it ain't it? But hold on. Did y'all hear that idea that Pat had in the last clip? Let's roll it back.
The other option would be to try to stick a monitor in it.
Do you see where I'm going with this? So I don't know if you guys remember, but we used to have a TV right here. It was my old TV from my old apartment. After we did this kitchen rehaul, we were like, we'll get rid of it. I'll sell it. We don't need another screen. But do we?
Then we were investigating what we could do with the gaming table, and we were like, oh, you know what'd be cool is if we could put a screen in it. Y'all, we literally just took the base off the TV, walked it over here, and slid it in, and it fits perfectly. Not only does it fit perfectly, it slides in a way that the frame of the TV fully supports the TV across both banisters. Like, you couldn't have measured it any better. No woodworking necessary, nothing. It just is here. It's just perfect.
We had no idea that this would work out this way.
And there's still space underneath to plug in the power cord and a Chromecast. And literally, look, the last thing I had up on my phone, by total coincidence, because I'm subscribed to it, was a Dungeons and Dragons post on Reddit of somebody who made an animated cart map. Look at this. This is literally what I had up, was somebody who designed a YouTube video of a cart moving where you can stack things on top and do it.
Ross and Della are gonna lose their mind when they see this.
They are. We can't show them. We gotta do a reveal. We gotta be like, oh, you wanna see the new table leaf?
I don't really love this look right here. You see, you can see the space between where the TV is and where the table spine.
And you got like pointy spots and like, this isn't working.
So I think we're gonna have to make a piece that goes from here.
Yeah, two identical pieces that lock in using these little spikes and potentially have like a drop down to secure them so they don't shift back and forth.
How much do you think it would cost us to buy a table with a TV in it?
Not that I've looked at them. $3,500 on the very, very low end. More like $6 to $8 grand for something of this size and quality.
But you got this table for free.
Yes.
I got this TV for $100 back in like 2012.
Yep.
So this means that our TV table may cost like under $200?
Yes, potentially we have built an entire gaming table setup for super cheap.
So this gaming table thing might have worked out, actually. So we were off to the races, folks. The plan was to rummage through our storage area for spare parts and tools to make these art projects sing. I was gonna let Pat and quite frankly Jesus take the wheel on the whole table situation while I went through our little problematic corners. Okay, so now we're starting the meat of all of our projects. While Pat's outside sawing off some scrap pieces of wood we had, I'm gonna be cleaning out this corner. So that plant is named Joshua. We got him, I think when we moved into the house. My beautiful and amazing beasts have taken to digging around in that plant, and I've just been like ignoring it. And now I'm cleaning it out. It's happening. Like, if you have cats who do this kind of damage to your plants, like, how do I live this way? Mama Dev is coming out. I am not happy with my cats. Listen, buddy. Now this is feeling like a very parasitic relationship. I'm gonna need you to start respecting the things in my space and start fighting your instincts to eat my plants, and I will start fighting my instincts to eat your face. Deal? Okay. I'm like so worried because Pat is cutting these pieces for the table, and he's doing it with a grind saw, I think, which isn't the correct saw at all, but we have to cut this wood and we have no other way to cut it given the resources, and he's making it smell like marshmallows out here cutting this wood with this saw. Do you have all your fingers?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
So y'all, we had the wood, we had some leftover wood stain, but what we did not have was the necessary saw. So Pat decided to use the one tool he did have, which was called an angle grinder. We do not recommend using this tool on wood. It doesn't work that well. So at this point, I was starting to get a little worried about whether or not we were actually gonna pull this off. So I pivoted to what I do best, which is called getting out of Pat's way and do something else. It's early evening. I've been trying to interview Pat about his process for the past 10 minutes, but this man is a man on a mission. He cannot be stopped. He will not be tamed. And I will not get in his way because I know better. Pat, blink twice if you're okay. So out here we've got our table pieces that are stained. They're drying. Pat's been working on that. I've been just tidying up, repotting plants. Pat, what did you find?
We've long stored away these floor-to-ceiling curtains. We have one in our bedroom, but we don't really have floor-to-ceiling windows like anywhere. And I was thinking this would be great fabric to reupholster our cat scratch chairs.
Hell yeah.
So I might try that.
Are you gonna do that right now?
Probably. Boom, upcycling. So I'm low-key a little proud of this one.
We did this in a day. This is upcycling.
This shouldn't be as exciting as it is, but it is.
It's exciting. It's exciting.
It is.
I know what some of y'all might be thinking. Devin, I mean, it seems like Patrick did all the upcycling in this video, and you just repotted some plants and cleaned out some corners. Isn't that cheating? No, it's smart. Just kidding. I had some little upcycling projects of my own, and they did all involve some kind of plants. We had these leftover Talenti jars from our gelato addiction, and I decided to make them into little planters. I want to tell you folks a tragic tale of the cutting board. I thought it would make a nice shelf, and you know what? That's not a bad idea, but it's kind of busted, and Pat was like not okay with putting a busted shelf inside the house. So we put it outside. It's an outdoor shelf. I think she looks great, but like the first time it rains, she's going down. That upcycling project is outside. Our sad little shelf. So it's Sunday morning after we converted the table, and we're just doing the finishing touches to the space before we're officially done with all these projects. So we've had this project we've been wanting to do for a while, which includes putting hairpin legs on our coffee table that the Ladylike gals and I made. So this is the one new purchase we've made in like this entire video. We purchased some hairpin legs, and so Pat has attached them. Check it out. It looks like she floats. Yeah, so now all we need to do is give her a nice little clean. I'm a little worried that y'all are gonna be upset with me for dubbing this video a home makeover video when we really didn't whip out the paint or like tear down a wall or anything. To be honest, that was in part originally the plan, but then, you know, shit happened. We really didn't feel comfortable making multiple stops at Home Depot or hardware store, so it seriously limited our ability to be able to completely and visually make over our space. That said, I will say that in this process, we learned that moving some items around and upcycling some other little items has the potential to make a space feel completely different. Okay, so it's Sunday morning. We've been at it essentially since yesterday afternoon. Pat's doing the finishing touches, and Ross and Della are coming back from her apartment, and we're gonna surprise them again because literally they're the only people we can surprise, and we love them and we love surprising them. So yeah, we're gonna surprise them with our new... We're excited. Ross, how do you feel? Be honest.
I don't know, I have a lot of anticipation. I'm very curious as to what you guys could have done.
All right.
I have some like ideas based on things you've said, but I don't know what you could have done. So
Look who it is!
Oh, very happy day indeed. Cheers.
Cheers!
What is this?
Surprise tour of our new home. Why don't you take a seat at our new table?
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's a TV.
go for it. Wow, holy shit.
So now we have a playable.
For a D&D campaign.
Yeah, we could literally put our figures down.
Put the figures down.
This is insane.
Right?
This is truly a work of art. Being able to do that and have the chair stay in one piece instead of multiple.
So the story there is, these are old curtain we had stored back
Get
there.
out of here. Amazing.
Amazing.
So we now have functional, reupholstered chairs, a gaming table. Devin repotted
With rocks that they
can't shit in.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I also gave him a haircut. I chopped off his split ends.
Yeah.
Good job.
So there's still some more stuff to do, but like,
But-
Devin even cleaned the fucking fans.
Goddamn.
She went ham on the clean.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Excellent work.
Y'all, this whole Greta Thunberg project has shown me that upcycling and giving up animal products, while it may feel really effortful, it's actually really fulfilling. And although you're bound to make tons of mistakes along the way, like I know I did, it feels really nice to say like, nah, I don't need that, or yeah, I made that. It just feels like in these little tiny actions, I'm actually taking big action in a major way. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all. This was a lot of work. And also, like, our poor roommate, Ross. Can we, like, give it up to Ross? There were like 3 weekends in a row where we told him straight up not to come home in the middle of a global pandemic. He's fine, he stayed at his girlfriend's apartment. Also, another side effect from this entire process is you start to walk into rooms and you start realizing the things that you can change in the rooms if you just had a little bit more time and a little bit more resources. Oh God, here we go again. That's a little bit of a kickback from this whole experience. But all in all, I'm really happy that we were able to do this, because if we're gonna be sheltering in place for another couple weeks, it's really nice to have the space like we like it. Thank you so much for watching this journey. And if you have any tips or tricks about upcycling or home makeovers, please let us know in the comments below. I love to read what you have to say. And thank you to Unilever for partnering with me. And thank you also for switching up your business practices so you can use recycled plastic in your products. That's cool and it's a step. Thanks everyone, see you soon.